Coming up on CitrusTV News Live at 6, the mumps outbreak on campus continues to spread, how the university is trying to contain the contagious virus.
Catalonia moves forward with its fight for independence today, how the Spanish government is pushing back.
It's been chilly these past few days, but it might be getting warm once again. I'll let you know exactly what to expect in my full weather forecast. Your campus news leader, CitrusTV, starts right now.
This is CitrusTV News Live at 6, your campus news leader.
Syracuse Mayor Stephanie Miner is on campus today to give her farewell address. Good evening, I'm Rebekah Castor.
And I'm Josh Rosenblatt. In just 2 weeks, Syracuse voters will elect a new mayor.
Miner has served in her office since 2009. She's the city's first female mayor and an SU alum.
Miner returned to her alma mater this afternoon to reflect on her time in office.
CitrusTV reporter Sabrina Maggiore is live at the Maxwell School tonight with her details on Miner's address. Hi Sabrina, how are you?
Good, how are you guys? So yeah, I'm right out here outside of Maxwell Auditorium inside the Maxwell School. Mayor Stephanie Miner gave her farewell address where she talked about a series of issues ranging from poverty, economic inequality, and so much more at her farewell address, all the while highlighting how much she loved her time as mayor of Syracuse.
And every minute, but most days, I have loved this job and the ability to work with the people that I've worked with, to represent the people that I've represented, and to do the kind of good work that we have done, and to always have a plate full of challenges has just been an extraordinary opportunity.
Sabrina, what was the environment like over there?
So Mayor Miner was very reflective throughout the entire speech. Everyone was very excited to hear her speak, coming back to Maxwell, going back to the place where she really got her education and started in politics to begin with. So it was very reflective and very exciting in the room.
Awesome. Sabrina, did Mayor Miner make any hints about her future plans?
So there's been speculation that she's going to run for governor. With regards to that, there was a Q&A afterwards, and she was asked that question. She didn't deny or confirm that necessarily. She says she's going to work at NYU for a little bit, and then she'll come back and take some time to herself before she really figures that all out.
Awesome. Thank you, Sabrina.
Thanks, guys.
Also on campus, some powerful moments at the rose-laying ceremony this afternoon. The annual ceremony concludes Remembrance Week and honors the 35 SU students killed in the 1988 bombing of Pan Am Flight 103. Families of the victims and remembrance scholars gathered at the Wall of Remembrance to honor their memories.
Sarah had a laugh as infectious as her smile, and a beauty that radiated from the inside out. I lay this rose on behalf of Sarah and act forward in her memory.
Following the ceremony, organizers held a convocation for the scholars at Hendricks Chapel. And speaking of Hendricks, the chapel is collecting donations for hurricane relief tomorrow. In small teams, volunteers will drive around town collecting canned food and dry goods. Teams that collect the most goods will win prizes. Volunteers from Abundant Life will sort the items and ship them to affected areas. A Newhouse professor is relaunching her project that sheds light on breast cancer survivors. Professor Tula Guenca, a cancer survivor herself, started the project called Look Now, Facing Breast Cancer. The series includes a photo exhibit, a website, and an interactive documentary. The project focuses on breaking down the barrier between survivors' public life and their private struggles.
As the number of mumps cases on campus continues to rise, Fraternity and Sorority Affairs Health Services canceled all Greek life activities this weekend. CitrusTV reporter Gabrielle Caracciolo is live in studio to tell us more on how the university is going to contain the outbreak.
University, as of yesterday, there are 29 confirmed cases and 60 probable cases of the mumps among students. SU offered free MMR booster shots to students this week, and I found out how the clinics went and how else the outbreak is impacting university life. At the recommendation of the Onondaga County Health Department, Syracuse University offered 2 clinics for students to receive free MMR booster shots. SU Senior Vice President for Safety, Anthony Callisto, says it was a collaborative effort to make the clinics run smoothly.
Great unified event to bring people together to try to minimize the challenge of mumps on our campus.
Students were asked to register online for appointments before coming here to Flanagan Gym to receive their booster shot. But because the clinic is accepting walk-ins, the wait times are exceeding an hour and some students are leaving without getting the shot. The booster shot clinics are not the only effort to prevent the spread of mumps on and around campus. President of the Residence Hall Association, Brianna Poshak, says RHA made the decision to cancel their annual Halloween event with the local Boys and Girls Clubs because of the outbreak.
We did not want to risk exposing over 200 kids to the mumps, whom we don't have information about whether or not they have vaccinations and things like that. So as a result, we did have to cancel the event, which was a bummer.
The Fraternity and Sorority Affairs Office also canceled Greek or Treat, where local kids come to trick-or-treat at the Greek life houses surrounding Walnut Park. They also canceled all other Greek life activities for the weekend. Brianna Poshak did note that the university did not require that the Residence Hall Association cancel their event, but it was a decision that RHA chose to make on their own with everyone's best interests in mind.
Thanks, Gabrielle. The week-long Hiroshima Survivor Series is coming to an end. Tomorrow, survivor Keiko Ogura will share her story once more, kicking off a long-day symposium in Slocum Auditorium. The event will include panel discussions about the film and the film about the nuclear bombings in Japan and how Japan is moving forward.
Temperatures are dropping here in Syracuse and students are finally breaking out their jackets.
David Edelstein is outside with a look at tonight's weather.
Thanks, guys. I'm outside on campus right now, and it really is just a beautiful fall day toward the end of October. A great day to be outside. As you can see behind me, the trees have different color leaves on them, backgrounded by a clear, beautiful blue sky. Just a nice day to be outside. 58 degrees right now in Syracuse, and as we take a look at the temperatures across the central New York area, really in the high 50s across the board. The high is 61 degrees in Rochester. The winds are not really adding any more chill to that. Right now they're nice and calm, just adding a crisp breeze to the nice fall day outside. Just a beautiful day to be walking around outside on campus. Very scenic as well. I'll let you know whether it's going to be getting warmer though this weekend or whether we might see a drop off in temperatures down to freezing points. Stay tuned for my full weather forecast later in the broadcast.
Coming up, sifting through the newly released JFK files, we'll tell you why the president blocked some of those files from the public eye.
And Catalonia continues to fight for independence, but the Spanish government is pushing back. We'll have the latest on the conflict after the break.
Come on, it's not that hard.
My big man fingers are having a problem with these little tiny buttons.
Whoa, watch it there. Your blood pressure's gonna go through the roof.
Tell me about it. I'm trying to learn how to get it down. Instead, it keeps going up.
High blood pressure can increase the risk for heart attack or stroke. Learn how to keep yours at a healthy range.
Ever hear a voice command? Just say text barbershop to 97779.
That's not what I said.
Just give me that. Now my blood pressure's up.
Here's your check. Oh, you got it. You know, since I got rid of my car, I really enjoy walking.
Okay. God, no.
Getting pulled over for buzz driving could cost you around $10,000 in fines, legal fees, and increased insurance rates.
Oh, you're home early.
You live with your mom?
That'll set your game back a few years. Buzzed, busted, and broke. Because buzz driving is drunk driving.
We're gonna go out there in the rain. You're gonna get wet. All right, here we go. Go, okay, quick. Oh, yeah, yes. So much fun. Mwah.
You're watching Citrus TV News with Rebekah Castor, Josh Rosenblatt, and David Edelstein with weather. Citrus TV News continues now.
Two Tennessee towns are bracing for white nationalist rallies tomorrow. Members of several white nationalist groups are holding White Lives Matter rallies in Murfreesboro and Shelbyville to protest refugees and immigration.
After the violence in Charlottesville that left one person dead, city officials are taking precaution. Police are advising businesses in the area to close tomorrow. Several business owners are taking a step further, boarding up the windows and doors. Counter protests are expected.
Questions surrounding the assassination of President John F. Kennedy may go unanswered for a bit longer. The White House made thousands of classified records on the assassination public late yesterday. However, President Trump blocked about 300 files from being released at the request of national security agencies.
As for what was released, a CIA plot to kill Fidel Castro and a phone call from someone threatening to kill Oswald a day before he killed JFK. The remaining documents could be released early next year.
Catalonia's fight to split from Spain continues. The Catalonian parliament voted by secret ballot today to declare their independence from Spain.
But shortly after, the Spanish government pushed back, making an unprecedented move to impose direct rule over Catalonia. Spain will take control of the region's government until new elections can be held. Spain's prime minister says rule of law will be restored.
Law needs to go above any other consideration, not against Catalonia, but to prevent people abusing Catalonia. Not to suspend the autonomy of Catalonia, but to consolidate it, not to cut back rights, but to put them back to legality.
Tensions between Catalonia and the Madrid government reignited after the region held an independence referendum at the beginning of the month.
U.S. Defense Secretary Jim Mattis is preaching diplomacy, not war, as an answer to tensions with North Korea. Mattis visited the border of North Korea and South Korea early this morning. The trip comes as North Korea continues to test nuclear weapons. President Trump will visit many Asian countries next week. It is not clear if he will be visiting the heavily guarded demilitarized zone between North and South Korea.
The CFO of a Mexican drug cartel is behind bars tonight. Mexican police arrested El Vic earlier today. He is allegedly the chief financial officer for famous drug lord El Chapo, who was arrested back in 2014. El Vic is being extradited to the United States, where he faces charges for drug trafficking and money laundering.
From the Citrus TV Weather Center, this is SU's most accurate weather forecast.
The weather has been all over the place this week. One day it's clear and sunny, and the next cloudy and rainy.
Yeah, so what will the weather be like this weekend? David Edelstein is in studio with your full weather forecast. David?
Yeah, you both are right. The weather has just been up and down, but I guess that means I've secured a job for at least a little bit longer here to let you know exactly what is happening. Take a look here at our weather radar. You see this storm just kind of moving across. Right now it's in the Detroit region, going up from Cincinnati and up into Toronto. We see a little bit of ice forming in the Canadian province of Alberta. Nothing to worry about though, that's heading northeast away from us. Just rain coming in, and what that means for the central New York area as we zoom in on the map a little bit, just a lot of clouds for now, but going into tomorrow, some of that rain will start to show up. Now, looking at the wake-up weather tomorrow, if you are an early riser, 52 degrees before that, it's actually still going to be in the 40s, but very quickly it will be warming up. High of 69 degrees, the low is 44 early in the morning, but it will keep getting warmer. Showers in spots as the day progresses. Later into the afternoon, some clouds will roll in. Throughout the day, 46 degrees in the morning, 63 at 12 p.m., and 59 with some rain starting around 8 p.m. The weather will continue to get warmer and stay up there for at least the rest of the day. But as you take a look at the 5-day forecast, Saturday, tomorrow, it's going to be a little bit of back and forth between those clouds and sun. Then the rain moves in. Tuesday, it will start to clear up, but that will be a little bit of a stray storm kind of in the afternoon. Rain ending for the first part on Monday. And then as you get into Wednesday, rain will just continue to come back. It's just a story of whether you'll see the sun, but kind of seeing some of those April showers, but now it's fall's version of that.
So David, I see that we're getting into some of those colder temperatures. So when will we start seeing any snow flurries?
Yeah, you know, it's actually very possible that we might see some this week. The temperatures do get into the low 30s. I don't want to be the one to break the news if you don't like snow, but it is possible you'll see some of that wet snow this week.
Wow, yeah, it's usually around this time. Yeah. So how powerful is this rainstorm going to be?
Yeah, so the storm, due to the fact that the temperatures are changing so much, when there are hot temperatures and cold temperatures in the same place, that's how you get heavy wind. And some of that heavy wind is going to create a lot of gusts. Power outages are not out of the question for this week, more to the east of Interstate 81, but nothing to worry about yet. Just keep in touch with your local electric server and stay safe inside rather than outside in the forceful winds.
Awesome. All right, thank you so much, David. Coming up, if you think robots are taking over the world, you may well be right. We'll tell you how Walmart is using the futuristic invention at their stores and what this means for employees.
Plus, New York City's concrete jungle may be turning into a giant swamp. How climate change is impacting the nation's largest city.
There are 16 million children struggling with hunger in America. This is a serious problem, but one we can solve. Visit feedingamerica.org to help. Together we can solve hunger. Together we're feeding America.
Looking for these? You drive buzzed. It could be one very expensive ride.
First, you gotta make bail. Then pay me to get your car back.
Your insurance premiums will go through the roof.
And my legal fees just keep adding up. All told, it could end up costing you $10,000.
Buzzed, busted, and broke. Because buzz driving is drunk driving.
I already knew that I was gonna go to college, you know, from a young age. I definitely want to major in political science, become the mayor or something, make the situation better for other people. My name is Justin, and I am your dividend.
Taking care of a family member can lead to plenty of questions. Fortunately, there's a place to get the answers, for them and for you. Find articles, tips, and tools from experts and others who have been in your place. The Caregiving Resource Center at aarp.org/caregiving.
If you see news happening on campus, in Syracuse, or across the nation, call the CitrusTV newsroom, 315-443-1177, or tweet at CitrusTV News, your campus news leader.
The U.S. economy is growing faster than expected. The Commerce Department announced today the economy grew at a 3% annual rate in the months of July through September. Economists expected growth to only reach 2.5% as a result of damage caused by Hurricanes Harvey, Irma, and Maria. JCPenney's stock prices are at an all-time low. The retailer's shares fell 25% after announcing a lower sales forecast for the year. JCPenney says the bigger-than-expected loss is driven by poor selling inventory. The chain closed more than 100 stores over the summer. Pharmaceutical giant CVS is reportedly looking to buy Aetna, one of the country's largest insurance companies. The Wall Street Journal reported yesterday that the deal could be worth $66 billion. But this is not the first time Aetna has been involved in a merger. In 2015, an Aetna and Humana merger was canceled due to antitrust issues.
Walmart announced plans yesterday to expand their shelf-scanning robots to 50 stores. The robots check aisles for out-of-stock or mislabeled items and then alert a worker. Walmart has been testing the robots for the past 3 years in Arkansas, California, and Pennsylvania. The robots are not meant to replace workers, but help them. New York City commuters will face a new obstacle in the coming years. A recent study predicts that the nation's largest city could see a surge in significant floods. These floods would happen every 5 years between 2030 and 2045. Environmentalists say climate change is the cause of the expected flooding.
Coming up in sports, the Syracuse cross-country team flexes muscles. Playoff football continues in Central New York, and a World Series resumes in Houston. CitrusTV News will be right back.
Well, Thomas, you've got pre-diabetes. But with more exercise and a change in diet, it can be reversed.
I've tried exercising. It just makes me hungry for bacon.
I love bacon, too. And who really likes to exercise?
Not me.
Me neither.
Nobody. So we're good?
What? Oh, you still have prediabetes. Big time.
Hey, look, it's those guys. Are you good to drive?
I'm fine.
How many did you have?
I should be fine.
You should be?
Go and step out of the vehicle for me.
See ya, buddy. Good luck. So turns out, buzz driving and drunk driving, they're the same thing, and it costs around $10,000. So not worth it.
And now, your Citrus TV Sports Report.
Welcome to sports. I'm Christian de Guzman. It was pure dominance in Louisville today. The Syracuse men's cross-country team earned its 6th straight conference title. The Orange won with the lowest point total in ACC championships history, recording only 27 points. Senior Justin Knight repeated an ACC champion, earning his 8th conference title between cross-country and track. On the women's side, Syracuse finished 4th overall. However, Paige Stoner won the women's race, becoming the first female cross-country athlete to win a conference title in program history. And on the pitch, the Syracuse women's soccer team was in Blacksburg to face Virginia Tech last night. The Orange season ended with a 0-0 draw. Senior keeper Courtney Brosnan shined in her final match for the Orange. She made 14 saves. Brosnan ends her career for SU with 344 saves, the most in program history. Brosnan and 6 other seniors graduate this year. And on the men's side of the pitch, Syracuse plays one more game before the ACC tournament begins. It's no easy task for Ian McIntyre's squad. The Orange travels to play #1 Wake Forest. This is the last chance for the Orange to grab a win in ACC play. The Demon Deacons bring the nation's top point scorer to the game. Senior John Baccaro has 11 goals and 13 assists on the season. Kickoff set for 7 p.m. And Syracuse women's volleyball team faces a tough test tonight. The Orange host Virginia Tech in the women's building. The Hokies are 7-2 all-time against Syracuse. The last Cuse victory came in 2015. Momentum may be on SU's side, however. The Orange has 7 wins in its last 10 games. Meanwhile, Virginia Tech has only won 2 ACC games this season. First serve is set at 7 p.m. And a women's field hockey team plays one more tune-up game before the ACC tournament. The 12th-ranked Orange hosts number 24 Pacific at Joyous Coin Stadium tomorrow. The two teams have already met earlier this season. The Orange came away victorious on the road, winning by a score of 3-0. Freshman Carolyn Hoffman scored all 3 goals in that contest, and game time is set for noon. And while there may not be any SU football on the gridiron, meaningful games are still being played this weekend. Section 3 semifinals take place throughout tonight and tomorrow. The first Class A AA semis feature Cicero North Syracuse taking on Corcoran. Currently, the score is that game is CNS leading at halftime 21-7. CNS running back Eric Pride has 3 touchdowns. The other semifinal features Liverpool and Baldwinsville. The winner of both games play each other next week in the Carrier Dome. And on the ice, the Syracuse Crunch looks to build momentum. The Crunch hosts the Toronto Marlies tonight at the War Memorial. Syracuse comes off a much-needed 4-1 win over the Springfield Thunderbirds last Saturday. The victory was only the Crunch's 2nd of the season. Toronto, meanwhile, sits at 5-2 on the season, the best record in the AHL North Division. Puck drop is set at 7 p.m. And ending on the diamond, the World Series resumes tonight with a pivotal Game 3 in Houston. The Los Angeles Dodgers and the Houston Astros are knotted up at 1 game apiece after Houston's thrilling Game 2 victory on Wednesday. Yu Darvish gets the start for the Dodgers, while the Astros sends Lance McCullers Jr. to the bump. A tough task awaits the Dodgers. Houston is undefeated at home. And so far at Minute Maid Park, first pitch is set for 8 p.m.
So, Christian, who do you have winning Game 3 of the World Series tonight? I have the Astros winning Game 3 of the series. They just seem unstoppable at home. And I have them winning the entire series as well. I think it's going to be in 7 games. I just don't see anyone stopping the Astros offense on the LA Dodgers pitching staff other than Clayton Kershaw.
Yeah, it's going to be tough. He can't pitch every game. And kind of switching gears a little bit, Syracuse football is on a bye this week. They're 4-4 right now. What are the chances they make a bowl this year?
I think their chances are pretty good. It will be tough. They need a win at least against Boston College and Wake Forest, then look for maybe an upset against Florida State and Louisville, the remaining 4 games on their schedule. They can do it, though. It'll be the first time since 2014 when Syracuse went to the Texas Bowl, so it will be fun to see Syracuse back bowling.
Yeah, it really will. And who do you think is going to make it to the championship game? I mean, Alabama looks really good, but Penn State, you can't rule them out.
I think Penn State and Alabama will make it. If I had to give a prediction right now, I think it's actually Penn State, because I don't see anyone seeing Saquon Barkley beat, and especially on Alabama's defense, even though Alabama's defense is pretty good. Saquon Barkley's stats just that much better.
Yeah, I think he's going to win the Heisman for sure. Thanks for joining. We will be right back.
Look at you. You're at the top of your game. You're unstoppable. Nothing can throw you off track. Wait, is that your car? Uh-oh. Yeah, I saw that coming. That will throw you off track. You're looking at around 10 grand in fines, legal fees, and increased insurance rates. Let's try this again. Smart move. Because buzz driving is drunk driving.
Adventure can be found anywhere, but the best place to start is in the forest.
I spy something beginning with S.
Snow?
No.
Snow-covered trees.
Nothing to do with snow.
Head outside to discover incredible animals and beautiful plants that come together to create an unforgettable adventure.
Wow.
So grab your loved ones.
Don't even.
And explore a world of possibilities.
Come on, this way.
Visit discovertheforest.org to find the closest forest or park to you.
Got a quarter?
We have David Edelstein back here with us. What time can we expect it to start feeling warm tomorrow, David?
Yeah, as soon as 10 a.m. it should start to feel like spring outside. Right away, it's going from 46 degrees at 9 in the morning, straight up 10 degrees to 56 at 10. So, and even just the difference in temperature from what we've had these past few days, as 46 degrees, that will even feel warmer than you think it is.
Wow, that's awesome. So what time should we expect the rain to begin?
Yeah, so the rain is going to move in throughout the day, later into the afternoon. While the morning might not seem like there will be any storms coming, clouds will rapidly move in. By 8 p.m., expect to see some showers, and it's possible that there can be some flooding too. 2 to 4 inches of rain. If that comes down quickly, there could be flooding in areas, so be careful if you'll be out later in the day.
Yeah, that's
Thank you so much, David.
Thanks, David. Coming up on OTN, your full sports report on Q's Countdown, and your late night entertainment with Syracuse Unpeeled. Rebekah, have you seen this trippy pumpkin stop motion video? Artists and musicians spent years putting it together just in time for Halloween.
Dozens of pumpkins were carved for the project, but the artists didn't stop there. Musicians used pumpkins and carving tools to create the background music. The full video can be watched on YouTube.
Now, Rebekah, I know you're a huge pumpkin girl yourself. Beacon Skiff is always known for their great pumpkins. What have you been doing anything to celebrate Halloween this year? You getting in the spirit?
I haven't carved a pumpkin yet, but that is definitely something that I want to do this weekend.
Yeah, I always used to do it, you know, with my brother, my mom, my dad when we were really little. It was always a good family activity for us. Awesome, thank you. Well, that's all we have for you tonight. Thanks for watching. Make sure to check us out on Twitter at CitrusTV News.
And find out details on these stories and more at CitrusTV.com. I'm Rebekah Castor.
And I'm Josh Rosenblatt. Stay spooky, Syracuse.